il nous a semblé important de faire un point entre nous et de voir comment cette situation est appréciée ici et là, partout, et en même temps, comment on a réagi et les réactions de chacun. Donc, c'est un temps que nous voulons consacrer à la solidarité avec la Palestine dans ce première partie de ce CI. Et le deuxième temps sera consacré à la préparation du FSM et de savoir où on en est de cette préparation au Népal avec nos amis népalais, mais au-delà avec celles et ceux qui maintenant, un peu partout, essayent de mobiliser pour se déplacer. Donc, c'est toutes les questions aussi de logistique, d'hébergement, enfin, comment tout ça peut se faire. Et le troisième temps, c'est de réfléchir à quelques propositions fortes que nous pourrions faire qui seraient portées par le CI, et pas seulement par le comité népalais, mais tout le CI, pour avoir des sujets qui rassemblent et qui interpellent et qui permettent de faire en sorte que partout se sentent concernés par ce Forum social mondial qui, dans la période politique que nous connaissons, que ce soit la guerre en Ukraine, que ce soit la situation en Palestine, mais aussi toutes les autres situations qui se passent en Afrique et en Amérique latine ou Amérique du Nord, il nous semblait important de se dire qu'il y avait des sujets peut-être qui méritaient que l'on prenne ça en main et que ensemble, on travaille. Après, il y a des propositions qui ont été faites, on y reviendra aussi, et des moments qui vont avoir lieu. Voilà, c'est un CI qui est un peu chargé, propose, je pense, ne pas aller au-delà de 16 heures, de 4 heures pour la France. J'ai 2 heures de plus pour chacun, quoi. Euh, voilà, je ne sais pas, peut-être les camarades qui sont présents parmi nous et qui connaissent bien en profondeur la situation en Palestine pourraient peut-être nous prendre la parole. Je pense à Youssef et peut-être d'autres. À moins qu'Amouda, tu veuilles dire quelque chose, rajouter quelque chose, ou Rosie.
Joseph, Joseph, ¿puedes compartir? Joseph?
Yes, and I hope my voice is good because I have maybe a problem with the speaker. You hear me very well? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for this to propose to start this meeting talking about the situation and criminal war and the genocide and the ethnic cleansing and the apartheid that
Joseph,
all
please,
the words.
please use your microphone. Please. Thank you.
I will close this and open the other one.
Sí, se escucha como, ok, va, espera. Veo que hay otra entrada tuya.
Yes, Rosie, it's better now?
Yes,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, thank you. So what I was saying, thank you for this. Actually, starting to talk about the Palestinian cause and what's happening now in Gaza, in West Bank, in Jerusalem, even in the with the Palestinian in the occupied land in 48. It could consider any kind of word that we could know about what happening of criminal war, genocide, ethnic cleansing, apartheid, any word it could be given for this regime, Zionist regime that is covered by countries that just speaking about human rights, just teaching us human rights, and just they are looking on our kids, on our women, on our elderly that are being killed in a mass, in targeting in each moment, not each day, not each hour, it's each minute. The attack on Gaza didn't stop all 1 month. Really, there is nothing to say. From the thing that we could say, because you are saying it. You are saying it in the street. You are saying it in your meetings. You are saying it in your work. You are saying it everywhere. You are seeing this and you are saying it. And until now, all of us, we couldn't push the Israelis to make ceasefire. The United Nations, the big government, the big countries, everybody, nobody could make this government, this Zionist government, to stop the attack on Gaza. We've been asking this from the beginning. Now it's been 33 days. Ceasefire now. Who could push this country to accept the international law and to accept the laws and to be under the umbrella of the laws all over that we all talking about? The head of the United Nations, he was on border of Gaza. He was talking about ceasefire. He was talking about opening the road to bring the humanitarian aid. He spoke about it. But who will decide about it? Who will make Israel stop really? As many cases in the world that was happened. The important thing for us, it's the moving on the ground, moving in the streets, going to the embassies, trying really to push hard that those governments will understand that they really need to take a big decision. The American, the French, the German, the Italian, the British. We need really to have this kind of activities. I will speak about this later, giving a little bit about the situation in general. You know, from the beginning, the Israelis, they were asking and decide that we want to feed the area and to empty the area in the south, and we are pushing the people to go on the north, and they, as they say, they open a road, safe road for them. The people who are taking this safe road, they are killed each day in the road. And when the people, they move from the south to the north, also they've been attacked when they reach the north. And this is the policies that they are trying to do to push the Palestinian and to bring them outside even Gaza. It's not only the south, because this is part of what everybody's talking about, that to take them to Sinai. And this is also another thing that maybe not everybody talking about, that they have this their own strategy to build the Ben Gurion Canal that is coming from the Red Sea to cross inside Palestine 48 and to cross on Gaza and to reach the Mediterranean and to be on the other part of Qanat Suez, the Suez Channel. This is also part of their strategies from the beginning, and it is part of the Abraham Agreement of the relation of normalization that the American, they play a role and all this. For us, all of this, it's happening now. We don't know how it could be, how its worse will go. For us, our people are killed every day. The hospitals yesterday, the Auda, the one we sent you about it, yesterday announced that we need to stop tonight. We don't have electricity, we don't have any equipment, materials, everything. So we are talking about, in general, there was 35 hospitals. I think until now, it was maybe 15 to 20 it stopped from this case. Going on the food, on the water, nothing is there. Nothing is there. You see the videos. You see how the people are waiting in lines to have a little bit of water, to have a little bit of bread. Even the bread, and the places that it's the shops of the bread. It's been attacked in some areas. Today, as I say, 33 day of attack. Until now, as a journalist being killed by the Israelis, it's around 34 journalists, another 10 working in media organization, 60 media organization being attacked and destroyed. And this, what's happening with journalists, we could say it's the most worst criminal against journalists. You are talking about, in general, each day journalists being killed. Each day from 33 days. Each day in general. This has never happened in the world. Journalists to be killed like this. And why they are killed? Because they are the only journalists working on the ground. They are the only one who are bringing the story clearly. They are making the videos. They are making the reports. Because even this, we are asking to bring the international media to Gaza. They are attacking hospitals, as what happened in Al-Ma'madani, and what happened in Andonisi, and in other places. As what they are saying, that no, they are using this hospital because they are hiding down. And this is not true. Everybody's speaking about that. Even international organization, they spoke about this. They attack mosques. They attack churches. They killed the people in the mosque and in the churches. This is who did this in the world? Everybody remember these stories. They attacked churches and mosques. They killed the people inside. When you are afraid from a war or something, where you go? Where you go? Everybody is attacked. You move, you take your family and you go to sleep near the hospital that you think in the international law, it's forbidden to attack hospital. You go where is the religious places, in the mosque or in the church. You take your family and go to sleep there to make them safe. And in the end, you are attacked. In the end, you are attacked and you are killed with your family. What we are talking about, we need to give it clear names. And it's been 75 years we are talking about this. Nobody is doing any solution. Peace process here, negotiation here. If you don't make it clear, the right is the right to given for the people under occupation. And they have the right to resist the occupation in all kinds of resistance. And this is clear for the Palestinians. Talking about what's happening from 7 October, the story, it doesn't happen it started in the 7 October, and everybody knows this. And this is the important thing, that how we could speak about it. No, the story happened in 48. And always we need to go back to this period. Even if to give a brief about what's happening the last 6 months, for example. Each day attack on the youth, the Palestinian youth in Jenin, in Nablus, in Jerusalem, in Hebron. I'm not talking about Gaza, about West Bank. They decide to give arms to the settlers. And this will open again the attack on the Palestinian in West Bank. Each day there is attack on West Bank. Each day there is attacks on West Bank. But nobody speak about this also. In Jerusalem. In 48, they are attacking the people on what they are writing on Facebook. The Palestinians, they are there. If you have a flag with you, or you are raising a flag, or you are taking to court. Kind of rules and things that it's changing, this is unbelievable. On the other side, what's happening on the international level? We saw what the first week, the second week, and then until now, what is the movement going on? This is very important, and we would like to thank everybody who's on the street, making solidarity with the Palestinian and raising the voice to make the ceasefire, and raising the voice to stop this attack, and raising the voice to open the humanitarian road to bring the needs for the Palestinian to live. But in the same time, we can't accept which kind of media we face, which kind of propaganda we faced. We can't accept the resolution or the decisions from the government that we saw it each day, especially, for example, in France, like forbidden the demonstration, forbidden to put the kufiyya, and they give you 135 euro to pay when they catch you in the street. This is the democratic Europe. All these kind of things. Not only that, in the positions of many NGOs and organizations and the human rights organization, and we have names that just they spoke about human rights, but then they give the right to Israel to make self-defense and to kill the Palestinian kids and women in the attacks. I don't understand a human rights organization, they give in their position self-defense for the Israelis, the occupied forces. I don't want to speak a lot because everybody knows. For us, as I said in the beginning, first of all, we need really to push hard, to move in the streets, to make demonstration everywhere, to go in front of the embassies everywhere in all the countries, the American, the French, the UK, the German, the Italian, to push their governments to really to take a position to stop this attack on Gaza, to make ceasefire now, and to open the road for the humanitarian aids to give it to the Palestinian. And part of our discussion that Gaza can't come back under siege. We can't accept, after all what's going on, that there will be negotiation and Gaza will come back under siege after 15 years of siege. This is another discussion that we could speak about it later and how we could propose it. Our relation as a Palestinian NGOs, as a Palestinian movement, it will not be the same before Gaza and after Gaza. Because really what we saw, what we face, it's something shocked us a lot and give us the hints that really we need to change in our speech. And really we will change in our speech because it has to be, as always, straight speech, but in the relation with NGOs and with organizations, that they are coming just to give us money, to teach us human rights. And when we need them, we don't find them. When we see them, we don't find them. Governments and NGOs and organizations and movements. One of the things that we are talking about in the Mashriq Maghreb also region, that we as movement, as NGOs, we could all together as World Social Forum and Steering Committee to decide to collect, to discuss about one day of movement in the coming weeks, that we could announce it as a day for movement with solidarity with the Palestinian, as the one that happened on the 4th of November. This is one of the things. If we are talking about humanitarian aid and support and everything, this is also can't be discussed now, because even if we collect or we are trying to make collecting some money and all this, but it's not the case now. The case is really to make the ceasefire now. This is the important thing now. And the other things we could speak about it later. So what I think it's what this kind of activity, we could speak about seminar or an activity in general to speak about the situation, and we try to bring speakers giving more analysis about all the topics that we need. This also could be one of the work that we could work on it. The second one, a day that we make big movement all over the world. And really each day we need to push. I know each one of us is in his city or in his movement is active. So we need to push these movements to take action in front of the embassies, to push them from the United Nations, from the Red Cross, and that also you know that a big problem is going on also with the Palestinian prisoners in jail, because the Israelis, they are attacking them each day, as they are saying, as our prisoners in Gaza. So we'll give you less food. We are closing on them. They are pushing on them. So this is also a crime that it's happening against the prisoners, the Palestinian prisoners. So I will stop for here, and if any question, I could go deeply in this. I hope I didn't take long time. Thank you.
Merci,
Merci,
merci
Youssef.
Youssef,
Merci, Youssef.
merci Youssef pour cette intervention qui naturellement nous touche tous profondément. Ce tableau qui est très réaliste et très noir malheureusement. Et en même temps, soyons les francs, ça entraîne chez nous une grande révolte. Je crois que partout dans le monde, des manifestations, des grands mouvements ont eu lieu. Peut-être que les camarades veulent, on se donne encore peut-être 10 minutes pour que chacun puisse éventuellement faire part de ces propositions ou d'initiatives qui ont été prises et pour rejoindre ce que naturellement évoque Youssef, c'est-à-dire l'exigence d'un cessez-le-feu, priorité et des actions pour faire pression sur tous les gouvernements qui pourraient éventuellement bloquer l'initiative israélienne, de l'armée israélienne. Donc je crois que on a vu qu'il y avait une initiative, les Voix d'Asie, qui sont exprimées récemment, le 2 novembre. En France, pour ce que je connais, nous avons des initiatives tous les jours et des grandes manifestations toutes les semaines. Il y en a encore une samedi prochain. Je crois qu'on a véritablement peut-être besoin d'encore de coordonner cela, peut-être à l'échelle internationale. Mais je laisse la parole à qui veut.
Gracias, Fabián. Gracias,
Posso
Youssef.
me
Bueno, yo
manifestar?
Rita. Bueno, yo quería comentar que pues Palestina nos duele, nos llena de mucha impotencia, de rabia, y eso, estamos pues tratando de hacer lo que está en nuestras manos, salir a las calles, enviar cartas, firmar cartas, hacer boicot contra, yo decía, se dice contra los productos palestinos, perdón, israelíes, pero también creo que hay que hacer boicot contra los productos gringos, presionar en las embajadas. Nosotros vamos a marchar aquí en Guadalajara, en esta ciudad del occidente de México. Vamos a hacer un acto simbólico en una glorieta donde se junta mucha gente, la glorieta de la Minerva, para ir al consulado gringo. Creo que tenemos que hacerlo en lo que está en nuestras manos. Hoy vamos a tener un diálogo en la tarde aquí en Guadalajara también. Hoy es el Día Internacional de Lucha contra los Muros. Vamos a tener un diálogo sobre lo que está pasando en Palestina. Entonces, eso yo creo que nos toca sensibilizar y compartir nuestra rabia con la comunidad hasta que el cese al fuego pare. Hoy tiene que parar, como dice Youssef, este fuego, esta masacre contra el pueblo palestino. Tenemos que unir todas nuestras voces y nuestra indignación. Solidaridad con el pueblo palestino, Youssef. Leo, creo que Leo y Rita. Rita levantó primero la mano y adelante, Rita.
Bom, Youssef, você me deixou aqui com o coração bem doído com as suas palavras, embora estejamos acompanhando tudo isso. É muito doloroso que isso esteja sendo denunciado a todo momento e não tenha um eco, não tenha uma atitude capaz de barrar o massacre. Não tenhamos instrumentos na comunidade internacional que estejam livres de amarras para poder incidir Então, eu concordo totalmente com você que a solução, a possibilidade, a esperança para isso está nas ruas, está nas manifestações e está na determinação em não baixar a cabeça, em não voltar atrás, e não se acostumar com uma nova realidade que para o mundo está sendo imposta. Um mundo determinado aí por uma extrema-direita que está tomando todos os espaços e por uma história de 75 anos que é símbolo de tudo isso que vem sendo construído contra essa ideia de democracia, contra essa ideia de direitos humanos, contra essa ideia de que a humanidade tem empatia por outros seres humanos. E isso está sendo destruído, e se permitirmos, essa será a nova realidade do mundo, não de Gaza. Esse será um novo normal. Nós vemos isso em todos os governos que tentaram convencer a população de que matar um inimigo, matar um adversário, ou matar quem busca mais direitos é uma coisa normal, com o signo de derrotar esquerda, derrotar lutadores de direitos humanos. Mas, enfim, sempre consideramos que a situação da Palestina é emblemática dos rumos que o mundo tem que tomar. Portanto, este eu acho que é um assunto fundamental para o processo do Fórum Social Mundial, se puder incidir, se puder reconhecer internamente ao processo força suficiente para erguer uma voz importante no processo de resistência a esse massacre. Eu gostaria de pedir ao Youssef, não sei por que não discutimos quais são essas organizações que financiam direitos humanos e estão defendendo Israel nesse momento. Se elas estão dentro do processo do fórum, seria muito importante esse diálogo ou essa pressão acontecer. Se elas estão fora do fórum, eu acho que precisamos pressioná-las, precisamos cobrá-las, porque não é possível que continuem tendo o direito de falar em direitos humanos. Acho que é preciso agir em quem está semeando e alimentando e cultivando essa narrativa mentirosa com que Israel sempre dominou a mídia, sempre fez com que os governos e a comunidade internacional se curvassem à sua violência e aquilo e a um discurso que coloca como Israel como vítima quando ele tem sido o algoz de uma transformação da nossa humanidade. Então, acho isso importante. Com relação ao processo do Fórum Social Mundial, porque estamos, sim, nas ruas, temos tido atos frequentes. Hoje mesmo, numa grande universidade do Brasil, teremos várias pessoas intelectuais, ativistas, movimentos, em mais um ato. Eles estão sendo também, os maiores de rua, estão sendo, pelo menos, semanais, seguidos por outras atividades. Talvez, no processo rumo ao Nepal, e essa é uma sugestão, pudéssemos organizar daqui em diante uma série de eventos, talvez regionais, talvez setoriais, enfim, e que seja mesmo pela internet, mas que traga as pessoas para discutir e comprometer-se com essa causa da Palestina e exigir esse cessar-fogo imediato. Eu concordo com você, Youssef, que o cessar-fogo é a coisa mais urgente que temos. É preciso parar as próximas mortes que vão acontecer hoje, amanhã, é preciso interromper. Há vidas ali que podem ser salvas. Então, essa campanha ela precisa encontrar os caminhos para pressionar o mundo. Aqui na América Latina, vários governos estão rompendo com Israel ou estão tomando atitudes para demonstrar que não concordam, a sua condenação. O Brasil está praticamente refém com brasileiros retidos em Gaza como uma forma de chantagem que nós queremos que o governo já não se submeta mais e rompa os acordos com Israel, rompa com Israel. Essa é a pressão que está acontecendo, ainda que tenhamos brasileiros dentro de Gaza, porque o tempo para liberá-los já foi ultrapassado em muito, e Israel e o Egito juntos estão segurando essas pessoas para que o Brasil não lidere um processo na América Latina contra essa contra Israel, contra esse estado de coisas que é a ocupação, o apartheid e agora o genocídio contra a população palestina. Bom, enfim, eu acho que é isso que eu queria dizer, toda a solidariedade ao povo palestino, e acho que é importante, Youssef, que você possa contar com este processo do Fórum Social Mundial.
Merci, Rita.
Como vamos fazer?
Gracias, Rita.
Desculpe se falei muito.
Merci, Rita. Oui, j'aimerais bien que, si c'est possible, on n'a pas beaucoup de temps et on a plusieurs points, mais autant l'importance, personne ne néglige de ce point, et c'est pour ça qu'on l'a inscrit, autant il y a aussi deux autres points qu'il nous faut aussi traiter. Donc, je vous propose que les quatre inscrits, là, Léo, Netra, Tord et Youssef, qui pourra revenir un petit peu et donner une sorte de point d'étape, soit court. Voilà. Et je vais être court moi-même. Donc, Léo.
I'm going to speak in English. I have a question besides the big wrath we all share and emotions, and we are mobilizing people. Sometimes it is not easy because you must know that in Europe there is repression, especially in Germany and in a country like Austria and so on. There's repression going on against mobilization. I want to know your evaluation about one subject which seems to me fundamental. What are the perspectives within Israel? I'm not talking about Gaza, not the West Bank, but within Israel, this population, to make a movement against Netanyahu, because it seems to me that of course the whole government and everybody, but even sometimes it seems that the United States are having problems to exercise their influence to Netanyahu. We have had the idea here, a group of lawyers in Austria and touch with international networks to make a demand as soon as possible on the International Criminal Court against Netanyahu. What do you think about this idea? Can we use, because we are not, let's say, the big force of mobilization, but we can perhaps coordinate on an international level things which come up, ideas which could influence really the situation, not only protest, but have something that hurts, like BDS, which you have mentioned, and which is doing a very good job, and so on. What are the things which could directly affect Netanyahu government?
Merci, Léo. Netra? Netra?
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you, Netra speaking. We, Nepal civil society, many of the civil society are the member of the World Social Forum Organizing Committee, handed over a appeal, a letter to the Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Guterres, last week during his official visit in Nepal, demanding immediate ceasefire in Gaza and Israel, and not killing any more innocent people. So we have a strong demand, and then we handed over that. And then in the same day, later, he addressed the Parliament of Nepal as a UN Secretary General. And then he also called upon the ceasefire in our parliament, in Nepal parliament. And then also called government to go for the ceasefire, to support. So our government also supported in United Nations towards the ceasefire. So Nepal has a huge sentiment and big support to the sentiment of the Palestine people, the children, the women, the innocent people who are being killed by the imperialist forces. So in terms of the World Social Forum in February, our colleague in Nepal, they have offered for a assembly, big assembly on a big forum on the imperialism and peace movement, aiming to raise the Palestine issue. So that is what I wanted to express the solidarity, our strength, and our support to the friends to the Palestine. I will present to the World Social Forum about World Social Forum later on. Thank you very much. I stop here.
Merci Netra. Tord.
Thank you. It was really impressive, the start of our meeting. It's hard to think clearly, but I think it's of utmost important to see the international level. That's our role, is to look at the global level. And in my impression is that it's the opposite to what Joseph says. The big NGOs, the mainstream NGOs, are not at all supporting the idea of Israel's self-defense. That's for the politicians. If there's some stupid American NGO or something doing it, they are not globally relevant. I put you now in the chat the international ceasefire call, which almost have received 1 million signatures so far, and very, very many mainstream NGOs, including the churches. We have to understand that there's a word outside World Social Forum. So my problem here is that who is we to act? Firstly, we have to honor the decision in Tunis, seeing that this is the time for the revival, which have already taken place by the World Assembly for Struggles and Resistance in the World Social Forums. This place here is to focus upon the general mobilization. And the general mobilization is now helped extremely because all the movements come together, not because of Palestine, but because they start to understand they have common interests. See what Fridays for Future, the young people, the International Fridays for Future have called for support for Palestine, which means that we have in reach making Nepal a center for joining climate movement, joining peace movement. But we will never do it if we only touch the Palestine issue. There will be a meeting with the International Peace Bureau tomorrow, and they are the movement that are really interested in world search reform, but only if we're able to also address Nagorno-Karabakh, Rojava, etc., etc. So we cannot over-focus on Palestine. Thank you very much.
Merci Tord. Peut-être, compte tenu de l'heure, on va essayer de s'en tenir maintenant à l'intervention de Youssef, qui va essayer peut-être de répondre et de reprendre un certain nombre de réflexions, de propositions qui ont été évoquées, en rajoutant ce qu'a écrit notamment Rosie, que les peuples israéliens n'est pas un monobloc, et qu'il y a des forces et des expressions aussi en Israël contre le gouvernement Netanyahou, contre cette politique de Netanyahou. Donc, il faut aussi que nous interpellons et nous associons toutes ces forces en Israël qui aujourd'hui essayent, j'ai bien essayé parce que c'est pas facile pour eux, de s'opposer à cette politique génocidaire de Netanyahou et de son gouvernement d'union, entre guillemets, d'union nationale, qui n'est pas vraiment une union nationale. Youssef, c'est à toi. Et puis après, on passera au deuxième point. Merci.
Okay, merci beaucoup. Okay, just to go from Todd what he say, when I speak about the cover of the Israelis, I'm talking about, of course, the government. I'm not talking about the movement on the street. We see the people and the support that it's going on. It's very important. And this is giving the power for the Palestinians to go on in their resistance, to go on their right, because they will not fed up from their resistance. The important thing that also to show that the movement in the street is coming with a new generation. The Palestinian cause came again on the top of the causes on the international level. And this is very important, even that what we are paying is a lot. We are paying 10,000 of our people that are killed everywhere. But it's also something that we need to go on. And when you are looking for your independent, of course, you will pay a lot to have this. The second thing about the movement, also when we're talking about the BDS, I forgot to say that it's one of the biggest important tools to use it everywhere, not only against the Israeli products, but also against the international, that like McDonald's, this kind of big thing, Coca-Cola, that Carrefour in France, that they are supporting even the attack in general. On the issue of the international court, for us also we have the Al-Haq, we have the human rights organization that we could make you in contact with them, and we could try to think about a meeting with some lawyers in Europe to discuss together also how this kind of things could be done, each one in our countries. Al-Haq also, they have an office in Brussels, and they are registered as an European organization, that also we could make something together. So if you send me more details about what it's need, I could work on it. The last thing I forgot to speak about, that as we are talking, and everybody mentioned that we are talking about Nepal, and already we spoke with Kamal and with Hamoud and the Mashriq Maghreb Social Forum, that also we would like to have a meeting with the Nepal committee to discuss how the Palestinian issue and this topic could be inside the forum, and how we could facilitate this to present it, because of course part of the discussion that could be that how the Palestinian could be presented strongly and to have a big delegation, and we hope that we could have people from Gaza to participate with us in Nepal. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Youssef. Je crois qu'on a compris qu'on a une grande responsabilité tous au plan international de poursuivre et d'amplifier cette campagne que nous avons tous menée, chacun à notre niveau et dans nos pays, auprès des gouvernements et auprès de l'ONU, auprès de l'ensemble de ceux qui peuvent faire pression pour que le gouvernement Netanyahou arrête et qu'on obtienne, on exige le plus rapidement possible, comme disait Youssef, aujourd'hui ou demain ou plus tard, un cessez-le-feu. Il a évoqué le boycott, BDS, ce qu'on appelle nous BDS, le boycott est aujourd'hui aussi une possibilité et un moyen de pression internationale. Et il y a bien entendu toutes les manifestations, toutes les initiatives, les pétitions qui ont été lancées, comme celle que nous a évoquée Tord. Tout ça, il faut qu'on arrive à trouver le moyen de donner une cohérence internationale pour que nous montrions qu'il y a une vraie alternative d'un autre monde. Et la dernière idée qui a été avancée par Youssef et qui peut-être méritera après d'être vue pour Katmandou, c'est comment on fait pour qu'il y ait sur l'ensemble des rencontres internationales ce sujet qui puisse être abordé et accueillir des représentants de mouvements palestiniens pour venir en parler. Voilà, moi, ce qui me semble avoir entendu dans les propos des uns et des autres. Je ne sais pas ce qu'en pense Rosie ou Hamouda. Et puis, on passe au sujet suivant. Non?
Pour ma part, c'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon.
Ça va?
Sí,
On reste?
adelante.
Ah, ok.
Adelante, Fabián.
Adelante.
Muy bien.
Adelante. Bon, alors, le deuxième point. Merci. Le deuxième point qu'on avait à cet ordre du jour, c'est de savoir où on en est et faire un point d'étape de la situation au Forum social mondial de Katmandou. Où en sont nos camarades népalais? Quelles sont les attentes des uns et des autres? On a évoqué à la dernière réunion des demandes précises sur des possibilités par rapport aux billets d'avion, à la manière d'avancer. Il y a aussi les possibilités de solidarité pour faire venir des amis notamment d'Afrique et d'Amérique latine, parce qu'on sait que les coûts sont importants pour eux et que, y compris même en Europe, c'est pas évident. Donc voilà comment on peut mettre en place quelque chose. Est-ce que quelque chose est pensé? Est-ce qu'il y a quelques difficultés que nous n'avons pas vues et qui sont en train d'être traitées par nos amis du comité d'organisation népalais? Voilà, je laisse la parole peut-être à Netra pour nous faire un point sur la situation. Netra? You can speak, Netra?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Fabian. Thank you very much. Let me quickly present. Yes, we have taken care that. So I will. If I have. Okay. I don't have that. Let me explain. I'm supposed to what is called that. I'm not getting that presentation. So we have, in terms of the Nepal preparation, the other we are continuing to make the program more explicit, and also we are continue to manage the logistic for our comrades who will be coming from other continent. So recently we are dealing with 5 international airlines. As suggested in the last meeting, the Turkish Airlines, and then Qatar, and then we have a Singapore Airlines that also covers widely, and we have also Emirates, Fly Dubai, and then Thai Airlines. So these 5 we have sent. We called them and then requested they have requested us to send letter. For what? With purpose? We want to have the discounted rate. So they have not decided yet about the discount and other facilities, but they say that they will inform to us. So we are waiting for their decision. But Nepal has a 1 week holiday, about 8 days, 9 days holiday that start from tomorrow till next, not coming, but the following Monday. So let us see if we can do the following week, not next week, following week, if they will give some decisions or some some decisions. So we will let you know. And then in terms of the program, we are identifying the organizations, Nepal organizations, who can coordinate or facilitate or communicate and make as a communication focal, be the communication focal point, particularly on thematic space assemblies and forums. For example, if some group of friends, they want to have a feminist assembly or feminist forum, then Nepal, some friends, they will coordinate and they will prepare a program and send throughout the continent, across the continent. And our friends, feminist from, for example, from feminist movement from Latin America, Africa, or elsewhere, they can come together on that program and then they interact and they will finalize. Likewise, the imperialism and then peace, okay, war, and then climate. So we are coming with this, and then perhaps by following week, we can also circulate that to the other networks, international council, and then broader, wider networks. So that is how we are working. Then now we have 4-5 priorities altogether. 4-5 priorities means we have to reach as much as to the network, movements, and organizations throughout the globe. That is the Asia, Africa, Europe, Latin America. So now the momentum is getting in. Momentum is getting in, then the mobilization facilitation committee, they have also organized tomorrow meeting on that. They are calling for participating different movements tomorrow. So the mobilization committee, I think the facilitation committee, IC, International Council, and Nepal Organizing Committee, the facilitation committee, they will continue every week or fortnightly. They will decide tomorrow. That is the one. To speed up, because we don't have time. We only have now almost 2.5 months to go. And then also we have to have some idea now what kind of forums, what kind of assemblies, what kind of thematic discussion will take place. The registration is very low. Now, up to now, as of yesterday, we have only around 200 organizations registered. Only 40 activities, parallel sessions are registered. So now we have to push, we have to facilitate, and we have to speed up the registration, whole registration process. The second. And third one is that it is the urgent need to make a visa, all the logistics. The airlines, the flight needs to be booked. The hotels needs to be confirmed because they will provide in discount, and also other, the space, the venue, the space that the program venue, assembly venue, forum venue depends on we decide. We have an idea on the forums, assembly, and then sessions, or a kind of the convergence. So these are some priority that Nepal Organizing Committee is working, and then we need greater support, and then from the international councils, and then organization and movements across from all the continents. Thank you. Later on, my Nepali colleague, they are also, some of them are participating. They will respond. They will speak if I have missed something. But now I stop here. Thank you, Bhavin. Thank you very much.
Merci Netra pour tous ces éléments d'information et qui nous permettent d'apprécier la situation. Et on voit que vous êtes toujours sur l'envie de faire au mieux pour le maximum de participation. Peut-être qu'il serait intéressant d'avoir un interlocuteur ou deux qui soient consacrés à la logistique, dans lequel nous pourrions savoir vers qui intervenir sur tel ou tel problème concret de logistique, que ce soit les déplacements, l'hébergement, l'accueil, etc., plutôt que de faire appel là, toujours à Netra ou au Forum social mondial, quoi. Peut-être que les organisations ou les forums sociaux peuvent avoir un interlocuteur ou deux, en tout cas, nous, au niveau du secrétariat et du CI. Voilà une première idée qui me vient en t'écoutant, mais je pense qu'il y a peut-être d'autres questions, si on peut consacrer encore un quart d'heure sur d'autres questions qui ont trait à cela. Juste un point qui a été évoqué il y a pas longtemps, c'est l'éventuelle possibilité d'avoir un groupe international qui viendrait un mois avant le forum, c'est-à-dire dès le mois de janvier, donner un appui international au comité népalais. C'est une proposition, je ne sais pas si elle peut être intéressante ou pas. En tout cas, elle a été évoquée lors de rencontres qu'on a eues, nous, notamment en France et en Europe. Mais je laisse la parole à ceux qui veulent un petit quart d'heure. Soyez brefs et qu'on puisse passer après à l'autre point qui est celui qu'a évoqué déjà Netra un petit peu, des sujets forts. On a vu qu'il y avait autour de la guerre et de la Palestine des sujets forts. Il y a d'autres sujets forts qu'il faut évoquer et sur lesquels nous pourrions nous mettre d'accord au niveau du CI aujourd'hui, parce que comme ça a été dit, il ne nous reste plus que 3 mois et en réalité 1 mois ou 2 pour s'assurer que nous ayons un forum social véritablement mondial à l'écoute des problématiques du monde. Qui veut prendre la parole sur ce sujet, ce point-là, hein, précisément de la question de logistique et de l'accueil et de l'avancée? Léo.
Well, I continue to speak in English. I'm very glad to hear that you took up what we discussed last time about the airlines, and because I was waiting for somebody to contact me, and perhaps, as Fabien also said, it would be good to have one person with whom to communicate on these concrete issues, and so that we can get in touch on a daily basis to work out the concrete things. That is the first. The second, I think we need to get some money anyway for the mobilization of people. And in the International Secretariat, we're discussing about especially one NGOs whose members are part of the International Council, which is Bread Brot für die Welt, Bread for the World. They have usually in not the last time, but the previous time, reserved $100,000 or euros for different needs, and the mobilization for people from countries who cannot afford, or even people individually who could not afford, from important organizations. That would be very important to get as soon as possible, because otherwise it will be too late to make a request. I think Rosie and also myself, we have been in touch in previous occasions of that. We can help you, but we don't want to help you on our own individual basis, but in communication with each other, which leads me to the previous point, that if you can say who is responsible for which of these things we are talking about. Thank you.
Est-ce que quelqu'un d'autre veut intervenir avant que... Ok. Who?
Yo, Fabián. Bueno, Netra,
Rosie.
sí, Netra estaba comentando que se está empezando a organizar una asamblea feminista. Entonces, quizás podemos, hay varias mujeres que estuvimos en la Asamblea Feminista en México y podemos hacer la movilización. Si nos dices quién es la persona de contacto en Nepal, la hacemos parte del grupo y también vamos avanzando al respecto, porque me parece importante. De hecho, vendrá una acción feminista, bueno, se mezclan las cosas, ¿no? En solidaridad con Palestina, pero creo que podemos también ir avanzando hacia Nepal. Y bueno, era eso. Gracias.
Thank you. We have Dr. Renu Adhikari, and I think
Yes. Turn.
I request Dr. Renu to talk about
Request
to
Dr.
talk about the
Renu.
feminist forum as Rosie was.
Yeah. Just
Okay. Thank you.
sorry,
Renu.
I can't. Oh my God. Yeah.
What? No, it's
Yeah.
okay. We are listening
Yeah.
to you.
Sir, can you hear me? Hello. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I
yes,
can't.
On
yes.
vous entend.
Yeah, very
Okay.
nice.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening. Yeah, actually, I just landed. I just landed Bangkok. That's why, kind of having trouble. Yeah, we are organizing feminist forum, and then I am contact person for that. My address can be given, and NOC has been taking care of that one. So we will be very happy if friends contact. Right? We have been trying to inform the message and then give the message, share the message in different regional forums. Like very recently in KL, we had Asian Human Rights Defenders Forum. There also we shared, and then we will be sharing that again. So kind of, by now, around 16, 18 organization has already expressed interest to join, kind of, and then people, feminists, who are willing to be part of that, and we are reaching to as many feminists in the region and then globally as we can. That will be one hub, feminist hub will be organized, and then yeah, that's what I wanted to introduce. And then we are working on that concept paper, and everything has been already discussed. So we very soon, by next week, as Dr. Netra said, we can share that one to the larger group. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Tord?
Yes. We had a meeting with the General Secretary of International Peace Bureau and the Vice Chair, Cora Fabrazon, in the International Peace Bureau. I'm a member of the council. And it's quite necessary to be structured about these things. There is an interest in being part of facilitating the thematic axis. In this case, it's one of the 13. It's also interest in doing something on your own, self-organized activity, and it's also interested in the convergence aspect of this. But we cannot address all 13 thematic axes in detail here. The important thing is, of course, that one should feel confident that it's very easy to say to any movement, this is maybe the most relevant for you, and this is where you can reach out if you want to cooperate with others. The whole self-organizing business is no problem. We have a well-developed, starting with the website, etc. Our catastrophe is the political relevance. It's to announce that we have a peace assembly, women's assembly, etc., is not of much use in a time where there is much political depression all over the world. People feel very disempowered, and it's a need for political direction. That has to mainly come from the word assembly of struggles and resistance. It's not up to the IC mainly to do that. We have to follow the decision in Tunis. But of course, in the IC, one have to understand how to do it somehow. And when I put on the list the Palestine call for ceasefire in Palestine, one have to immediately understand that these are the kind of movements that have 50 times more resources than movements who are super radical. And if we have any interest in fast getting resources, fast making Nepal relevant for all movements, then we have to start to be able to identify. Primarily, there's more or less not one single organization in Sweden and very many in other countries who are doing a lot of Palestine work, who are at all interested at World Social Forum at the moment. They are not interested in the super radical cause, but they would maybe be interested, I think Joseph and Rita have, if the word assembly is trying to reach out to at least one mobilizing discussion concerning how to mobilize and use the events towards Nepal for the solidarity. But then it has to be done in connection with the interest of the key organizations. And the key organizations are not single issue minded anymore. They are, like IPB will address tomorrow, Nagorno-Karabakh, Rojava, the whole fucking picture. There's war everywhere. And now it's the time for World Social Forum. Now is the time to be structured in terms of developing the different processes we have, and to find out that we have to have political messages. We cannot get bogged down in all the details about the 13 thematic axis. We have, though, to have some understanding that it's the convergence thing now, where peace movement, environmental movement, social justice movement should come together in Nepal. And that, above the thematic axis, has to be somehow addressed. We will try to continue with this with International Peace Bureau and some other main movements, and we'll come back with it. but let's be structured if we are going to move ahead and understand we need main movements who might have fast resources and willingness to pay also for participants coming from regions where at the moment not one single person has the resources to come to Nepal. Thank you.
Merci. Il y a Hom qui voulait la parole, et puis après, il y a Pierre, et puis Arjun. Hom, t'as pas le lien. You can speak, Hom. We don't hear you.
Hello.
Okay. Hom? We have some problem with...
Please, Arjun, please open your microphone.
Peut-être en attendant que Hom prenne la parole, on va laisser la parole à Pierre alors, peut-être. Et puis on prendra Hom après dès qu'il aura rétabli son micro. Pierre.
Okay, thank you, Fabien. I will speak in English. It's just to say I'm bouncing of what Netra said. He said that there were 40 activities in process. In the website at the moment, we see only 3 activities. So my suggestion would be that those activities that are meant or prepared, they make themselves visible in draft. It's possible to describe an activity in draft, then you can retouch it, and but make themselves visible in the website. So the content of the forum starts to be visible, because at the moment we have 200 organizations, as Netra said, that are visible in the website, but there we have the 40 activities that he mentioned. So, for instance, Renu, who just spoke, she has announced an activity, then maybe she's redrafting it because it has disappeared from the website, which means maybe it's being retouched and needs approval from the admins. But this is the essential process, that the program is bottom up. So if there are some initiatives that are being prepared by some groups, they can start announcing them. Of course, it's one organization that announced the activity, but the organization can name co-organizers. So it's visible that this is not a solitary initiative, that there is something concerted among a group of organizations. Like Renu was saying, 16 organizations are involved in an idea of a feminist forum or assembly. There can be a sketch of that, and then, of course, this can be changed. Also, there are the thematic spaces that are designed to accommodate exchanges about those forums and initiatives. So for instance, there is a space for gender issues where a feminist could gather and have discussions or sketches. So this also, whenever you register in the website, then you can be invited to join the thematic spaces that exist, and they have 400 organizations involved there. So these are very concrete steps to have the progressive definition of the bottom-up program. So I stop here just saying, please register. There are very few organizations from Europe and Latin America that are registered. Registering is not complicated. It doesn't imply, so you just have to say yes, even though we're not sure we are going to send physical delegate because of money, we are in this process, so we register. So that's 5 minutes and it's visible. And then you can be included in the thematic spaces according to the themes you have announced of your interest. And so then you can really be in a kind of collective process for the bottom-up program. So that's my only mention. Register in the website and come and register in the thematic spaces that will be given to you once you are registered. Thank you.
Merci Pierre. Merci Pierre. Arun.
Yeah, thank you, Fabian. Thank you very much. Just as a member of the mobilization committee, I'd like to invite tomorrow is 1 p.m. GMT. It's Nepali time 16:45. It's a global mobilization, but we are focusing for Europe and Africa. So kindly request to comrades from IC to share our Zoom link to other networks, especially we want to invite the networks, alliances, and this not other agenda, just we want to share our progress and registration process, and we want to continue this types of meeting. So normally it will be better to Friday, so each Friday we want to organize something in a like continental mobilization sharing. So that is our idea. So today also we discuss in NOC. Second, on behalf of National Platform NGO Federation of Nepal, we are organizing the Global Civic Space Assembly, which is the larger assembly. So mostly we are discussing the issue of peace, human rights, democracy, civic space agenda. So any organizations or person interested to engage on that, the Global Civic Space Assembly, also I am on the focal person. And second, together with other economic organizations, we are organizing People's Alternative Economy Assembly. That is also the larger event. So I'll write my address in the chat. So anyone interested to join that two forum, of course, as I'm coordinating and I'm focal person. So there are many other forums will be announced, Dignity Forum also announced today in NOC. So they'll sell concept note and focal person soon. And there's other farmers forum also. There'll be the biggest forum will be happening, and already the Continental Youth Forum is going in the right way. So there's many in the bigger assembly will be there. So of course it is very important to share that bigger assembly in IC meetings. So that's all. I have to stop here. Thank you.
Merci Haroun. En tout cas, je peux te dire que pour ce qui nous concerne, nous en France, on a relayé beaucoup ce qui nous a été envoyé pour demain. On va continuer à le faire pour essayer d'être plus nombreux demain. Paco.
Hi to everybody. And first of all, solidarity with our comrade from Palestine. And the second, I just to say to Netra, to the Nepali, to all of you, I'm trying and struggling to see if I can organize this meeting on the situation of water glacier and so on. It's very difficult. Said also toward Bjork. It's very complicated to see, also to find funding to go to Nepal, but we are on the way. So I hope in the maximum 10-15 days that I will know if we will do this. Okay, that is all from my side. Thank you very much.
Merci Paco. Je crois qu'effectivement, la question des finances, c'est une question qui doit tous maintenant nous mobiliser. Renou. You can speak, Renou. You heard me? Anu?
Look, this is me, right? Can
Okay.
I speak?
Yes, you can speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm fine. Having difficulty with the interpretation, so I'm missing. I'm so sorry for that. Yeah. I just wanted to say two things, kind of this. Thank you, Pierre. You raised very pertinent, your suggestion and then your question both are very much helpful. Thank you so much. And we definitely know that, okay, on website needs to be put. But two things, what I am finding little challenging is one thing like, okay, a lot of organization might be interested to come and then to do on on gender issue, but really political analysis and then political interpretation, that is one thing what we are looking for, when we on the feminist forum, then now a lot of organizations are also there, kind of, so it has to be very carefully analyzed, right? So that is one part what we are trying to do in an organizing committee, kind of our concept paper, and then whatever concept paper comes, at least, what we are trying to do is to look within the organizing committee and then see that, okay, how that can be taken forward. And that is little bit taking time. And yeah, still because of our two vacations, kind of festivals also, that is also, yeah, that is also delaying little bit. It seems delayed, but actually things are happening, and within organizing committee, that discussion is very rigorous. No, but kind of political interest is very much there, and then that we really want to be very careful of. Just I wanted to add, and then thank you very much for your suggestion, because very soon it will come on the website as well.
Brother Comrade Fabian, I want to add something. Hello.
Oui. Home. You want to speak?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Actually, thank you, Renuji, for talking about feminism forum. Actually, we have created 15 separate thematic clusters in this week. Well, among them, feminism forum is one of them. Apart from that, there will be laborers cluster. There will be farmers cluster. There will be climate justice cluster. There will be education cluster. I mean, there were already 14 clusters, and from today we have added one more, that is dignity cluster for dignity forum. We are going to put all these forms in the website, which will be mutually visible, and everyone can see whoever are there in particular cluster, and they can join, and there will be preparation of their particular assemblies, particular panels. So we request all the our members, distinguished members all over the world, to see the list of organizations in the website, and also join the clusters, so that we can also help. There will be one organization from Nepal to support the facilitation of the building clusters. And we also request one organization or one person, local person from every continent, or if possible every country, so that there will be more collaborative effort from every country. Thank you.
Merci. Le temps court très vite et on se rapproche de la fin de cette rencontre, en tout cas pour ce que j'avais cru comprendre. Il y a Sheima qui voulait la parole. Sheima?
Oui, bonjour tout le monde. Je vais parler en français. Je suis Sheima d'Attaque France. Euh, je voudrais juste donner quelques petites idées parce que tout à l'heure, le camarade népalais a répondu qu'il faut penser à en quoi les volontaires internationaux pourraient aider. Ayant déjà participé à l'organisation de forums sociaux, je voudrais juste dire que sur le plan des convergences des ateliers, de l'organisation du programme, de la répartition des salles, de la réponse, par exemple, pour les personnes qui ont des problèmes de visa ou qui ne savent pas comment choisir leur hôtel, tout ça, tout ça. Enfin, il peut y avoir des volontaires, justement, internationaux qui pourront aider. L'avantage de les avoir, ça serait aussi la maîtrise de plusieurs langues. Et cet avantage-là, quand on est dans l'organisation et quand on a la tête dans le guidon, on est vraiment pris par tout ce qui est logistique, administratif, tout ça, ça peut vraiment aider. Donc, il y a plusieurs sollicitations de volontaires qui voudraient être présents 2 mois ou un mois à l'avance. Et on voudrait surtout avoir une réponse du comité d'organisation pour savoir comment s'organiser. Voilà. Merci.
Merci Sheima. Ça rejoint donc ce que je disais tout à l'heure. Il y a cette demande de volontaires internationaux de venir peut-être un mois ou un petit peu plus, même avant. Mais est-ce que c'est possible? Est-ce que l'accueil peut se faire? Et après, on peut travailler à se mettre à cette rencontre entre ce groupe international de volontaires et le comité népalais. Peut-être que si on veut bien, on va faire une transition maintenant vers la troisième partie, qui est un peu quels sont les grands points sur lesquels nous pourrions, nous, en tant que CI, et en appui du Conseil népalais et du Conseil d'organisation népalais, mettre en avant pour, comme ça a été dit à plusieurs reprises, faire en sorte qu'il y ait des temps forts, ce qu'on appelle, nous, des temps forts pendant ce Forum social mondial, qui puissent donner envie, à partir des préoccupations qu'il y a dans chacun de nos continents et de chacun de nos pays, les luttes qui se mènent, les actions qui se sont aujourd'hui considérées comme pour nous importantes, comment on peut essayer d'organiser, on a parlé tout à l'heure de panels, organiser des panels de ce genre. Lors du secrétariat, on a évoqué un certain nombre de problématiques qui nous semblaient intéressantes à voir, comme la question, on l'a bien vu avec la Palestine, mais aussi avec ce qui se passe en Ukraine, mais aussi au Moyen-Orient et ailleurs, la paix dans le monde, comment on peut aborder cette question-là. Il y a aussi, bien sûr, tout ce qui concerne le réchauffement climatique avec les questions de la terre et de l'eau aussi, au-delà du climat seulement. Il y a la question des migrations, qui est aujourd'hui un problème dramatique partout dans le monde d'ailleurs, et notamment vers l'Europe, mais pas que. Il y a aussi à l'intérieur de l'Amérique latine, il y a aussi partout en Afrique, ces questions de migration sont questions importantes. Bien sûr, il y a la question de justice sociale. Et comme ça a déjà été évoqué, mais je le reprends, la question du féminisme et des genres. Voilà quelques idées. Peut-être que Hamouda, qui était intervenu là-dessus au secrétariat, peut peut-être évoquer, s'il est encore là, je ne sais pas, peut évoquer cette problématique, ou Rosie, je ne sais pas. Quelqu'un d'autre du secrétariat veut intervenir là-dessus? Hello.
Oui, Fabien, mais j'ai rien ajouté. Ce que tu viens de dire, c'est ça, c'est qu'on fasse des moments forts, des grandes conférences ou des trucs comme ça ou des grandes discussions pour pouvoir un peu mobiliser les gens autour de certaines thématiques pour au moins sortir avec quelque chose qu'on peut travailler. On sait que le prochain COP va être au Brésil, à Belém, et ça serait bien que la rencontre puisse déboucher sur une mobilisation internationale du mouvement sur le climat vers Belém, voir avec nos amis brésiliens comment organiser tout ça. Donc, je pense que la question de la paix, c'est important parce qu'il faut reconstruire ce qui vient d'être détruit. Et je pense qu'une grande conférence ou un grand débat sur la question de la paix, comment le mouvement peut contribuer à ça. Donc, je pense que c'est ça les points importants. Et on peut en discuter, voir avec nos amis au Népal pour organiser ces débats-là. Comme ça, on peut même avoir des débats comme ça a été en Tunisie. C'était à la fin de l'après-midi, vers 6h, 7h, des grands débats avec des politiciens pour pouvoir aussi les intégrer, qui ne sont pas intégrés dans le forum, mais en dehors du forum pour avoir ces débats-là. Parce qu'on a besoin aussi de ces partis de gauche ou de démocrates qui veulent contribuer à ces discussions-là.
Merci, Hamouda. Léo?
Oui, et cette fois-ci, je vais parler en français. Je suis tout à fait d'accord avec ce qui a été expliqué par Fabien et Hamouda. Et la question, c'est seulement comment on commence à faire les choses. On a besoin, de plus en plus, je note qu'on a besoin d'une coordination étroite, d'abord avec les camarades de Népal pour établir réellement concret un format de ça. Deuxièmement, je crois qu'il faut faire ces grands événements qui ne sera pas autogéré, mais sera construit à partir du Conseil international. Mais ça suppose qu'on s'organise intérieurement. Je crois que ces 4 thèmes que tu as évoqués, Fabien, c'est très bien, c'est suffit. Il ne faut pas avoir une dizaine, une douzaine de thèmes. Et à l'intérieur, bien entendu, on a dit toujours depuis un certain temps que il faut
12, on a
tirer
toujours
vers
dit.
la convergence. Ça veut dire que sur les gens qui proposent, qu'on propose dans chaque thème de parler, il n'y a pas seulement les gens de paix sur la paix ou écologie sur écologie, etc., mais qu'il y a une espèce de croisement entre les différents mouvements sur des thèmes qui peuvent être d'actualité et tout ça. Donc, on a besoin de organisation et je crois que pour avoir cette organisation, on doit fixer déjà des responsabilités qui organise quel genre de rencontres, de panels et tout ça. Il faut un peu individualiser, je crois que sinon ça n'avance pas. Merci.
Merci Léo. Pierre? Pierre-Georges? Pierre? Non. Qui veut intervenir d'autre sur cette question, en attendant que Pierre retrouve son micro? On l'a bien compris que la question était à la fois
Bon, je
de...
suis là.
Vas-y, Pierre.
Yes, I will speak in English. I'm sending in the chat the schedule of the 5 days of the event, which has been described in mid-September by Netra in an IC meeting. And in the mornings, there are the thematic panels. So each day you have 4 or 5 parallel 2 hours long thematic panels along the 13 themes that have been proposed by the Nepal committee. So the idea is that this was said also in September, that these thematic panels get prepared through participation in the thematic spaces. So the idea is that people that are proactively interested in one of the 13 teams, and of course the discussion in the panel will be crafted by in a self-organized way. So there can be speakers and also some cross-thematic dimension if people decide. So the idea is that you register in the website, and then you are invited to come in the thematic spaces of your interest, and there you can be proactive in crafting the thematic panel. So there is a way. It's just now that you need people to come register, come in the thematic spaces, and start being proactive. So announce activities, propose speakers for the thematic panels in the thematic spaces. So the IC people are proactive, so they should be proactively registered in the website. So far, for instance, there are very few people from IC who are organization from IC who are visible in the website. I can share in the IC list, in the IC WhatsApp, who is registered. We have a handful of people from Latin America. We have Attack Germany. We have Bread for the World for Europe. So it's not, I'm just inviting to use the tools that are there. Of course, there can be discussion, but these discussions have a place. They can be, for the thematic panels, they can be in the thematic spaces. Okay, so I stop here, inviting again to register.
Pierre, merci. On a bien compris qu'il y avait dès à présent et le plus urgemment possible la possibilité et la nécessité de s'inscrire sur le site et de commencer à non seulement se rendre visible, mais aussi participer à la mise en place d'initiatives et dans la visibilité la plus totale. La proposition qui est faite là est un petit peu différente. Elle est celle d'un travail commun aux membres du CI pour porter un certain nombre de thématiques. On a 4 ou ça peut être 5, mais enfin, comme disait Léo, pas un nombre trop important, pour faire en sorte qu'elles soient visibilisées comme des thématiques portées par le CI et donc des thématiques qui nous semblent partagées et travailler ensemble avec, bien sûr, le comité népalais. Il ne s'agit pas de faire doublon non plus. En tout cas, c'était comme ça que moi je l'avais compris. Il y a Thor qui veut la parole. Thor, you can speak. It's you, if you want. Thor?
Is it me?
Yes.
Okay, I continue in English. I think it's fantastic that we have all these things Pierre talks about, but I have to say that when the situation is so stressed for everyone, talking with people is the most important, because then you have the direct communication. And to be able to talk to people, you have to be able to refer to there. You can register there and there, but the total picture is also important. So what Tapalia, or how I should pronounce it, said, it's interesting for the peace movement to also know the general picture. What about the other assemblies and so on? Yeah. I think that we all agree upon that the situation is impossible. We have too short time, etc., etc. But that is maybe our success also, because what we have is a process that might be enabled to generalize all the struggles, to put the Palestine issue also in a context without losing a focus on Palestine, but also understanding Nagorno ethnic cleansing in Nagorno-Karabakh. There was 100,000 people, which is much more under the radar than anything else. So this is sort of the impossible situation, but with the help of the technical possibilities and by understanding we have to be pragmatic. That's why I put this ceasefire NGO thing, where you have the big churches, you have the big development organization. We have to understand that the situation is new, that there is possibilities to reach out. And then let's simply continue and try to report to each other. But at this kind of meetings, that's where we can get the general picture. There where we can say, yes, there is established 13 contact persons for all the thematic axes. There is maybe a possibility for convergence among some of these thematic axes. That we can best do at this place, because here is where we can sort of look at each other and be able to get a feeling of, oh, it is developing. Digital communication, yes, it's not bad, not at all. It's a tool. But here, this is the place where we can feel the nerve that something happens. And I think we felt that nerve today with an excellent beginning. Thank you very much to all of you and all our common efforts.
Pues hay mucho por hacer. Fabián, ¿ibas a decir algo?
Non, je voulais simplement m'assurer que personne n'avait pas été oublié dans la prise de parole, parce qu'on arrive vers la fin de notre travail en commun de ce CI, et que, ma foi, avant de se dire ensemble qu'est-ce qu'on prend comme perspective d'ici le prochain, et pour que le secrétariat aussi puisse avoir des objectifs de travail et des propositions concrètes de travail. Parce qu'on se disait, ce n'est pas le secrétariat qui fait, c'est le CI qui fait. Donc le CI, après, le secrétariat fait ce qu'il peut derrière pour essayer d'aider à mettre en place, et à poursuivre. Mais il faut que le CI soit pleinement conscient de ses responsabilités dans les décisions qui sont prises. Voilà, donc s'il y a encore quelqu'un qui veut prendre la parole, il faut qu'il lève la main, qu'il le dise. Sinon, je ne sais pas, Rosie, peut-être que tu veux rajouter quelque chose.
No, gracias Fabián. No, de acuerdo con lo planteado, solo señalar que es posible que nuestra próxima reunión sea el 23 de noviembre, que serán 15 días. más o menos, para seguir. Bueno, mañana hay una reunión de movilización a la que nos están invitando. Ojalá puedan participar. Eh, y eso, bueno, se van movilizando las cosas con las compañeras del foro feminista o la asamblea feminista. Y bueno, pues agradecer a los intérpretes, ya estamos pasados de la hora pactada, agradecerle a Maris, Andreina, Emerson, Mohamed, Teresa, Sara, Gabriela y Rafael, que hoy nos estuvieron apoyando en en esta reunión del Consejo Internacional del Foro Social Mundial. Pues muchas gracias y nos vemos en la próxima. Veo que ahí Pierre quiere decir algo, pero no sé si... Creo que no pudo
No,
abrir su micrófono.
no
No,
es.
ok, muy bien.
No, I am here. I'm here. I'm here.
Ya, bueno,
¿Me podías decir la reunión de mañana, dónde se encuentra el enlace y exactamente a qué horas es?
nos lo acaban de poner, ahorita lo posteo en el chat de nuevo. Lo pusieron en el chat hace un momento.
Ajá.
Es mañana a las 13 horas GMT, o sea, es a las 3 de... ay. Europa Central les da a las 2.
14 heures pour l'Europe.
14 horas, sí, 14 horas, sí.
Ajá.
Ok,
Ok.
Yes.
A las
Y
2 de,
bueno,
y el link
de la
está
tarde.
el link nos lo pusieron en el chat, ahorita lo posteo para todos, en el otro chat.
Ok,
Muy bien,
gracias.
nos vemos.